Okay, what's going on here? Oh, are we stuck on the blank screen? That's dumb. I know, right? And to think that we were having problems with our own video. Okay, well, let's start the review so that we don't sound like we're in the viewers' heads. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, here we go. Once in a while, LarryBoy Fanatic would do a review that's not LarryBoy related. So in lieu of that, we asked you guys to pick a movie that you wanted us to review next. And overwhelmingly, you guys chose Barney's Great Adventure. This movie from the 90s is both a cash grab for the franchise and a box office flop. It was panned by critics and it was a big question mark for viewers. But for some people like myself and LarryBoy Fanatic, this movie holds a special place in our hearts. So now, let's take a look at the viewer-requested Barney's Great Adventure. The movie opens with a family traveling across the countryside while Bernadette Peters sings the opening song. Okay, question. Why does the opening song remind me of that other song, Santa Baby? What do you think, Fanatic? Okay, LarryBoy Fanatic isn't talking right now because she's doing the Barney thing where she turns from a doll into a real person. That's why she's not saying anything right now. Speaking of inanimate objects, the kids in the car have the Barney doll, and of course, they're talking about him. But I can't really focus on the dialogue because of how gray this scene is. I mean, I understand that it's a rainy day and all, but ugh. By the way, you may want to keep an eye on Cody. For much of this movie, he's nothing but a stick-in-the-mud character who wants to act all grown. Just like today's youth. They then arrive at a farm where the grandparents live. Yawn. So when is Barney gonna show up? The opening scene has dragged on for so long now that it seems like an eternity. Well, that is until Cody decides to be a punk and take the Barney doll away and hide him in the shower. And I assume that some supernatural stuff is gonna happen. Okay, hold on. Since when did this become a horror movie? I mean, this is a cliche used in a lot of horror movies where something turns on by itself and people start to get worried. Okay, to save you guys, we're not gonna do the same here. Hey, wait a minute. Oh my god, she's real, oh my gosh, she's real. Okay. This scene is just as awkward as the setup. The kids take their time looking at the shower, and Cody takes his time reaching for the shower curtain. But don't worry, kids, it's just Barney behind curtain number 1, so that's A-okay. So, moving on to the next scene and ignoring what just happened here. Okay. That was weird. So you're gonna do the review now? Now, before we move on in this review, I'm gonna tell you guys about my history with Barney the dinosaur. To be fair, guys, I grew up with Barney before I was ever introduced to VeggieTales and pretty much every bit of treasure that it had to offer. I remember watching all those VHS tapes of what I considered a friend. And believe it or not, Lyric Studios was a distributor for the Barney series at some time or another until it was bought out by Hit Entertainment in 2001, and Hit took over distribution. And yes, VeggieTales was part of Lyric Studios until Big Idea got in trouble for violating its contract with Lyric Studios and filed for bankruptcy. Now, there's more to that than what I've just explained, and you can read about this in Phil Vischer's book. By the way, it's a really good read. You should go check it out. Anyway, back to Barney. Well, he wasn't Sesame Street, but he still had this playfulness and charm to him that you just can't help but... Fanatic, seriously? What? We're not gonna address this? Address what? The fact that people can just pop out of nowhere in a movie? Yeah, but in this movie, it's totally okay. Even when Cody is asking for an explanation, the girls are like, "We don't have to explain." Oh, now that you mention it, Critic, that is pretty weird. But let's sing a song about using your imagination. It's all good. But with Cody being the wannabe mature adult that he is, he's gonna attempt to make Barney disappear with his imagination. But it doesn't work. But what if you really wanted to get rid of something? Like what? Like this DVD? Well, okay, well, let's try it. Go away, box office failure. We're not reviewing The Pebble and the Penguin. I'm telling you, we're reviewing that movie. We're scheduled for... What? But you just said we weren't going to. By the way, this movie does the same shtick too, with Cody saying that Barney isn't real, but then cutting to him crying to his grandparents that he is real. Whether he is real or he's not, pick one. But leave it to Grandpa to sing a surprisingly good song about his sweetheart. Whoa. Fanatic, really? Just because Barney pops out of nowhere in this porch scene doesn't mean that you should, Fanatic. What? It's funny. And let's just sing a public domain song and have the dog play guitar with his tail. I don't get it. Me neither. If you thought that was weird, get a load of the next scene where Cody tells Barney that he's not cool and that rock stars that spit fire, you know, the real stuff, are better. And then out of nowhere, Barney tells Cody to wish on a star and Cody wishes on a star, forgetting about his realism baloney for a second. Speaking of wishes, let's see. Okay, I wish for something for me to review that's LarryBoy related. Wow, a book just came out of nowhere, Fanatic. I mean, no kidding. As soon as Cody makes his wish, a large egg falls from the sky and lands inside the barn. And not making any impact whatsoever. It's probably the Fib from outer space. Well, you know how he is. He can make such a big entrance. Well, aren't we going to see what this book is? Wait, not yet. First we gotta sing Old MacDonald. No, really, the next day, Barney and the kids run around the farm singing another song. So let's do it, okay? Okay, here we go. Old MacDonald had a farm, E-I-E-I-O, and on this farm he had a... Can we get back to the review, please? Oh, sorry. So our characters finally come across the egg, and the first thing that they do is tell their gullible grandparents about it while leaving the monstrosity to change a baby's diaper. Why is that even in this movie? Whoever wrote this movie script must have been high as a kite. We're not even at the meat of the story, and we're learning that Barney is a jack-in-the-box. Cody asked God to make the movie's plot interesting, and the two girls will make excuses for the monstrosity with a drop of a hat. But hang on, Critic. They're about to go somewhere to learn about that egg. Followed by a transition so forced that you'll be wishing that the Count was taking us to the next scene. We're not doing a weird transition. Ugh, why are we in a forest? And why are the grandparents none the wiser? I don't know, a forest? I feel like I'm in a different movie. But don't worry, our characters arrive at a lovely garden resort. Wow, this is where most of this movie's budget must have gone towards. Well, it's way better than the CG background of a castle. So they meet this woman named Mrs. GOLDFINCH. GOLDFINCH? GOLDFINCH? Ugh, I can't say it. But we could still save this. Go to another song. Up right on cue, they go inside the bird lady's house and they sing another song. Good song, good choreography. They want to know what's inside the egg. Next! They then read a book about the egg's origins, which there is none. It just tells you what it does, which is showing people's dreams, and they call it the Dream Maker. But sadly, we have no idea where this egg came from in space. So as far as we know, the Fib may be out for revenge and trying to lure these children somehow. Maybe it's the Red Fib doing this, and this was meant to be a sequel to LarryBoy and the Fib from Outer Space. I knew it! You're joking, right? It's just wishful thinking, guys. That's why we have rumor weed. Anyway, Cody is an imbecile and he knocks the egg off the table. Oh, great. That's great. And that's the meat of the story, is them chasing after that thing? Yep. By the way, the book that fell from the sky just now, what did you do with it? I don't know. You don't know? You had it with you just now. Then I guess we need to go look for it. Ugh. Aw, come on, Critic. This is the great adventure that the movie promised us. Yeah, but this scenario is stupid. Especially since they're going after a guy who's driving and flipping burgers at the same time. Okay, I'll give you that. That's weird. And they go after the truck, which leads to the festival that's in town. That, riding a chariot without a license, wearing weird Roman Empire cosplay, and chasing a holy supernatural thing that fell from the sky, which is destined for greatness. I get it! They're late for the screening of 300. Dude, that movie didn't even exist back then. Or maybe they're after Gerard Butler and they're saying, "Wait, Gerard, wait! We need you for Phantom of the Opera! Cut it out, we need to get your book back!" But wait, I want to see the Cirque du Soleil performance first. Ugh, way to go out on the filler moments, movie. So they meet up with BJ. Sorry. And the little monster throws away the egg, which lands on a woman's hat, who's going into a restaurant. Geez, can we pad out this movie's runtime some more? And can this scene get any more awkward? Quick, I need another public domain song. Yeah, just for this scene, so that I could sing to these patrons. What for? The book is somewhere in this restaurant. Look for it while I distract these. Oh, hi, guys. We're tonight's entertainment. Bad news, Fanatic. The book isn't here. In case you haven't guessed it, Barney and Co. go into the restaurant. Then Barney sings on stage while the kids look for the egg and disrespect people by going through their food. What are you, the food police? No, but your hero is, technically. Oh, I never thought of that. The characters receive word that the egg is headed to the circus. By the way, there's a time limit to this egg. Every once in a while, each of the egg's stripes would change color, and when all stripes have their colors, then the egg would hatch. And based on their performance so far, these guys are gonna fail if they don't get their you-know-what together and catch this thing. So they head to the circus and, big shock, some low-life juggler throws their egg way up into the sky. That's it, video over. But Critic, Fanatic, I'm telling you, this movie is nothing but a waste of time, and we still haven't found your book yet. We wasted all this time doing whatever and... But Critic, we're having a great time here. Why you gotta be so mean? Mean? I'm not mean. Ever since we started this review, you've just been like Cody. He's been impatient and a Debbie Downer since this movie started. And about time when his sister confronts him about it and says, "What's wrong with being a kid?" And yeah, I'm siding with her. Why doesn't he just be a kid? So for you to be all negative about this movie, it's not worth it. I mean, isn't there anything about this movie that you like at the very least? Well, I think some of the songs are okay. Well, not really the public domain songs, but the songs that are original, like the Imagination song and the What's Inside the Egg song. And, well, this next song that we're about to get, that's a pretty good song too. Okay, so what I'm trying to get at, Critic, is what's wrong with just enjoying this movie? You know, just like old times when we were kids? Oh, wow, I didn't realize. I'm so sorry. That's okay. Because Barney would make it better anyways. What? Yeah, even in a depressing scene like this, Barney still manages to say, "Screw it, let's sing another song. No time to be sad in this movie, just sing another song." And of all the songs in this movie, this one takes the cake, because it's to the point, and it makes sense to have something motivational in this scene. But still, I think a little, motivational speech would have been nice before the song. Just saying. So, Fanatic, you want to keep doing this review? Oh yeah, let's do this thing. By the way, they learned that the egg is in one of the hot air balloons in the sky, and they don't have much time left because the egg has one more stripe to go. Hey, Critic, the book is up in the sky. I just saw it. But how will we get up there? Oh, don't worry, we can take the LarryMobile. But Critic, we can't use the LarryMobile. We need to fly. But what if we can make it fly? So what happens next in the movie? So yeah, the characters do exactly that. They imagine that a log turns into a plane, and with outdated CG effects, they go after the hot air balloon that has their egg. And since the man is nice enough to give back the egg, it's score one for the heroes. So what happens now? In the movie or with us? I don't know, you pick. We fall down. What? Yep, and so do the characters. They crash land into a haystack, and the grandparents, thank God, are fully aware this time. I don't know, apparently their gullible meter drained out, and now they have the common sense to think, hey, where have the kids gone this whole time? So the grandparents finally meet Barney, and then BJ and Baby Bop show up. It's weird that they would just get cameos in this movie. I mean, it's not like Baby Bop would stop the movie a couple of times to ask about her missing blanket. Oh, that was a thing in the movie. Anyway, we find out through this, I don't know, more outdated CG, that the Dreammaker creature thing is nothing more than a koala bear. A koala bear? That's it? Yep. But it's a koala bear. Why can't this movie be honest from the get-go and say that a koala bear was the Dreammaker instead of it being an egg? And koala bears are mammals, so they don't hatch from eggs. Well, I tell you, Critic, this movie knows nothing of zoology. So everything's gonna be okay, and look, even Barney and Cody make up. Now, to be fair, this scene is rather touching because all this time, Cody's been hating on Barney. And now that he has remorse, they hug it out. So what do you say, Critic? Hug it out? Absolutely. Wait, is this the book? Yeah, I had it on my back this whole time. See, when we were talking about that scene, you know, where the egg gets lost, I hid the book on my back while you weren't looking. And all this time, when we were doing the review and looking for my book at the same time, it was on my back. And how were you able to do that? I had it stuck to the Velcro that's on my back. Okay, so all this time, we've ran around looking for the book, and you had it all this time? Yep. And this was all a prank? Yep. Wow. Well, duh. You made me review that Sesame Street DVD while holding my LarryBoy Power Pack hostage. So what do you think this was? So anyway, the koala bear explodes, or that's what it looks like to show Barney's dream of being with friends and family. I guess. And they all sing the I Love You song before Barney disappears. Well, let's just agree that this should have been the teased follow-up of LarryBoy and the Fib from Outer Space. And let me go back to LarryBoy content again. Well, I wouldn't blame you, Fanatic, because this movie was all over the place. And you can see why this movie didn't do as well as they hoped. And this is something that the Oogie Loves would try to cash in on, is a supposed interactive adventure of which there was little to no interaction with the audience in this one. But on the other hand, this movie wasn't meant to be taken seriously. I mean, I understand why the characters would cut to singing songs and watching spectacles, but at the same time, the plot can interfere with the adventure-style antics that the Barney series has to offer. Now, if there was anything of value, it has to be the soundtrack. I mean, sure, it's mostly public domain music, but their original songs like What's Inside the Egg and We're Gonna Find a Way, those they did great. I would totally pick up a copy of their CD. My favorite part is when Cody reconciles with Barney and they hug it out at the end. This is pretty symbolic because all this time, Cody wanted to be grown up and stop believing in Barney, but he realizes that his imagination can still be with him, even when he grows older. So yeah, be a kid while you still can, Cody. So overall, it's harmless, you can't take it that seriously, and... well, that's all I gotta say about it. How about you, Fanatic? Fanatic? Where are you? Oh, great. It's like that scene in LarryBoy and the Fib from Outer Space, where the hero leaves before he gets congratulated for going after the Fib, and the police officer is like, "Oh, there he goes again." So now I just gotta say, well, there she goes again.